Cause once sabi do it ay sing aworo. Feri do my nebi. It's a caraway receipt. Hey, this is a coffee. Mwa pata ki bari, nebi naru bedi orko se wuchene go sabi do. Cause once sabi do it ay sing aworo.
Hey, Viva Mes Tomorrow. I wanted to play this. We had a comment earlier from Johnny Cassian who greeted all of the Chamorros and also the Chukis audience this morning. And this is kids from Chuk, Nemina. Great jam. Tomas Manglona joining us in the Link studio. Good morning, Tomas.
Good morning, Chris.
Boy, what brings you around here?
Oh, I don't know. So many things happening.
Right. And one of the big things happening this morning, as advertised here, CNMI Governor Ralph Torres joining us in the KUAM News Link Zoom room. Good morning, Governor.
Good morning. Buenos dias. Sopade Tiro.
Thanks for joining us, Gov. Really looking forward to this little chat here. And I just kind of want to get right into it, Gov, because I saw it on Frank the Crank's Instagram. It was he did a video with you, and you were talking about personal journeys, right? And taking the first steps towards fitness. And, you know, Gov, I kind of cracked up because Tomas did a story, and they played a clip from you back when it looked like you were in middle school. Right. And
when you were a senator in 2013.
Right. Yeah.
And I wish I could turn back time.
I think we were on the same diet, Fernando, because well, let's say we got bigger over the years. But you know, if we could just start there, Gov, what was like the moment you had where you kind of said, you know what, I gotta get fit, I gotta get working.
Man, honestly, just throughout the holidays, you know, we got the surge up in late October, and we're just realizing a lot of those that has left have some health issues, you know, and just the weight that I've had, like I said, you know, it's out in the public already. I met Diane when I was 145 pounds, and we've been married for 17 years now. And I've gained, and I'm at 253 pounds to be exact, but 250 sounded better. And I figured that if I don't take this health issue seriously, I want to be around with my kids, and that's the honest truth. My dad passed away several years ago. I have my mom with us, and just seeing my kids, my wife is healthy, my kids are healthy, they're all athletics. And so for me, if I don't make these changes for myself in order for me to spend more time with my kids, nobody else is going to do it for me. So I figured that I got to do it. And it's been a good journey, that dedication. And I see them every morning. Yeah, that's the whole reason is to give that opportunity. God knows when we all going to leave. That's the truth. But if we can prioritize and make our health our number one. People often say health is wealth, or wealth is your health, and so we need to take care of our health. And I can't expect anybody to do it. I can't preach anybody how to do it. I gotta just prioritize it and make it a dedication for myself. That this is what I'm going through. It is a struggle. Chris, I love fritada, and Frank said that in the beginning. If I'm serious, stay away from fritada. So every time I see fritada at the party,
yeah, you know, Gov, it's about moderation. So you can have the fritada, use it as a treat. You know what I mean? Just don't
That's the problem. Hey, Chris, it's always a problem. Moderation sounds good, but when that first taste kicks in with the rice and the second bite and the third bite, just stay. I'm trying my best to stay away from it.
Right, so you're going with the all or nothing approach. Gov, were you active? Did you play sports when you were younger? Because, like I said, you looked like you were pretty fit before, but I know just the grind, and I'm pretty sure being busy, right, it keeps you from exercising. So, is this like a return to fitness for you?
Well, yeah. I mean, I used to join track and field in high school, and then we always play softball and any other sports actually. flag football, volleyball, pretty, um, I love sports. But hey, Chris, I gotta tell you this, but through time, like for football, right? I used to be a wide receiver and cornerback, but through time I shift to safety and then later on guard. so
The
I
big
still
boy
play
position.
football, but different position now.
Gov, can you, if you don't mind, the first day you made the decision, the first day, I don't know if it was at the gym or what, if you went walking, running, or whatever, but if you could just tell us the first day compared to where you're at now, do you notice changes? Do you see the differences? Feel them?
Yes, I wake up early morning every day. That's the truth. I wake up by 4:30, 4 o'clock, 4:30 every day, and so for me, waking up is never a problem. It's taking that extra effort to say, you know what, I'm going to go to the gym. So for 3 weeks now, honestly, I feel a lot better. I can't say I look better because everybody has different view of how I look, but I definitely feel better. I move around a lot easier, and I can almost do more push-up than I did 3 weeks ago. Definitely just feel a lot better, more alert, more aware of things. And every day I get excited on what kind of workout and exercise can we do, and then just monitoring my intake.
And Gov, I don't know if you remember, but a few years ago I sat with you when I was a print reporter. You were embarking on a fitness journey then. I believe you were acting lieutenant governor then, if I recall correctly. But I wanted to ask you about just the demands of the job and how other people who are listening to this might have busy lives. How are you carving out time? Because I know even on your trips for like Tinian and Rhoda, you said you also make it a point to get out and be active on the other islands when you're not on Saipan, right?
Yeah, I guess it's fortunate for me because my time in the afternoon and the evening is always booked, basically. So the only time I have is in the morning. So if I wake up at the house at 4:30, my kids are still asleep. So that works out very well for me. I get up, go to the gym, come back to the house by 6 o'clock, and I wake up the kids, and they get ready. We have coffee with my wife, and then have breakfast with the kids before they go to work or they go to school.
Gov, I know you had a recent bout with COVID, so I'm kind of wondering, was that part of, and I know Tomas wants to talk to you about this, was that kind of like part of the big wake-up call, was catching the virus?
Well, yes, I guess that's part of it. But one thing, though, is for me, though, Chris and Thomas, is that I believe in science. I got the vaccine. I got the booster, and I've been out telling everybody we need to do this. This is what it takes for us to be in a safer community. Obviously, we have folks like Frank the Crank, who's very healthy, who beat COVID twice. And so, again, that's the other part, is that you got to be healthy to fight and be able to beat this COVID. And so just when I got it, of course I was concerned. But the fact that after a day, I just started sneezing, runny nose, coughing here and there. And then the next day, less coughing, and then less runny nose. So on day 2, I felt like, okay, it's not getting any worse. So I was happy about it.
And Gov, as you said, and we've been there from the start with you, from the moment the planes touched down, when you ordered those test kits early on, before really any other jurisdiction, did that. The alternate care site is up and running. It has been used. The quarantine sites are changing. They're phasing some of them out. What is the current shift in COVID strategy? And given what you've said with your experience with COVID, I don't know, does that give you a new perspective on how to address it in the community, given all the safeguards you've put in place in the government?
Yeah, I guess, I guess one of the things is, first, I want to congratulate and thank all of our community for following through the protocols and believing in that leadership that although we've never gone through this pandemic, we tried our very best to safeguard their safety, order those PPEs, test kits, And so as we move forward on changing our protocols, we've always come back and meet with the doctors, our CHCC, of course, the task force, on what is the best approach for everybody. And I think what made it successful is that we all spoke in one language. We disagree a lot of times inside, but what the message out to the community is one word or one message. So with us transferring from quarantine site, being tested at the airport, we slowly transitioned that based on where there's vaccine at that time or other requirements to traveling and working with CDC. But now, as you know, here in the community, although we've had, I think, we have 9,000 or 10,000 now that's been positive, and 9,600 has been recovered. And just last weekend, we've had our 30th, unfortunately, 30th death. Our community knows that I think that the vaccine and the booster does help our community.
And Gov, I did want to ask you. I mean, I know having lived in the NMI through the pandemic as well, but the NMI also it was very much a community approach as well, like you mentioned. There weren't, to my recollection, there weren't any mask mandates or. Can you talk to us about kind of what has been peeled away with all the current safeguards in place? What has been changed throughout the past few months?
I think in terms of us in the community, not much has changed in terms of just we continue to tell everyone, try to stay away, do your distance, wash your hands, and continue to wear a mask. Obviously, when we go to like the restaurants or the bars or family gathering, it's kind of you wear in your mask when you go to the restaurant, and then when you sit down, obviously you take it off. In family gatherings or other gatherings, you're kind of seeing it already that people don't really wear masks anymore. And those that continue to wear masks, they respect that. They don't make an issue like, hey, why are you still wearing masks? So we respect individual on how they approach wearing masks, but again, we continue to advocate for that.
Gov, with this Omicron variant, right? And I know we're shifting the COVID strategy, which we're kind of mirroring here on Guam. But do you anticipate any future variants, and how quick are you guys going to be able to pivot from where we're going to where we would need to be in the event of a serious variant?
I know that our ACS is ready. We've worked on that since we're able to, I think, definitely over a year and a half ago. Dr. Tadele said it's ready to go. So we hope we never get that surge or any other variant coming in. But I think with our community support throughout the couple years and believing in that leadership that, hey, we may disagree, but the decisions we've made has been a collaborative effort through CDC, again, with the task force and CHCC and the administration.
Gov, let's pivot just a little bit. Mini games coming up here in Saipan, right?
Yeah, that's exciting. I hope you guys can come down and join us.
Yes, I'm looking at the countdown that you have up online. It says 100 days, 8 hours, 12 minutes, and 55 seconds until the Pacific mini games.
Yeah, we're expecting to have, so our mini games will be on June 17th to the 25th. And we're expecting about 24 countries to participate and 9 different sports activities or events. And this will be host Saipan, Rhoda, and Tinian.
Gov, I know that, I was excited when interscholastic sports started up again, but this is kind of a whole other level. And I got to say, throughout this pandemic, and up until you guys hit the surges, I've always said, look at what they're doing in the NMI. And again, you guys are beating us to the punch with this. I mean, it's a huge regional sports event. You kind of proud of this? You anticipating, excitement? Do you think the people of the CNMI and I guess the region are really pumped about this?
Yeah, we're seeing our athletes working out, exercising, and practicing. Even private businesses are excited to participate on the events. We got good sponsorships, um, and just seeing a lot of infrastructure being built or renovated here just for the Pacific Mini Games. Again, this is to showcase our part, right, in the Marianas. And this is an opportunity for us to really show our hospitality, our culture, and our way of life here in the CNMI, and of course in the Marianas as a whole.
Do you anticipate any types of COVID-related protocols being in place for the games?
Yeah, we continue to work with other countries, CBP as well, on some of the other international flights coming in, working with them, our COVID task force. Um, so we are opening some discussion on how strict we will be. And of course, it all depends again if there's any new variant coming in or any other country for that matter, if they have a surge or what kind of new variant do they have and how strict we are to that country. But obviously, we're continue to promote our vaccine and we're already at 99%. Now we're promoting our booster shot and we're at 57% on that. So yeah, I think it's pretty normal now for all travelers to get PCR. I think, or at least an ID that you've taken your vaccine, both vaccine and perhaps even booster.
Gov, I just got to ask a serious question now because you know you're on this whole like fitness journey, right? And then we got the mini games coming up. Are you sure there isn't a connection? Is Governor Ralph Torres is he going to be competing in the mini games or something?
Chris, how about you and I, we'll do power walk.
Hey, power walk. You got me.
And Thomas.
Let's go.
I'll film it.
He's
film
going to
it.
lap us. Yeah. Well, Gov, Tomas, do you have anything else?
Yeah, Gov. There's just a few things we wanted to get you on. I know the press conference on Friday was held back, but I just wanted to get your comment on. First of all, just what has transpired in the Senate. I'm sure you've seen, and I know you've commented to other media when they got you in terms of the outbursts that happened. The rules are adopted. Can we just get your comment on that, and I guess your message to the community as they see it unfold? I know you've continuously called for peace in this process. What's your comment?
Again, guys, the House conducted their own impeachment process. I mean, there's no hiding that I got impeached without a standing committee report. They did their own, they did their assessment. The Senate did theirs, and apparently now the House is going there telling the Senate what to do. I've been in both houses, and I've never disrespected any house. It's your house, and you respect that house, and you don't go to somebody else's house and tell them what to do. Second, again, regarding to the whole incident that happened, that I wish it never happened because they got a session and a process to go through. Any incident like that, obviously it hampers that process. So just being said, they passed the rules, and we have 14 days moving forward on that.
And so you've met. I know you said you have four attorneys that you're working with on your side. I did want to ask you though. You did mention, of course, we know that you've been in the House and the Senate, and of course, a lot of people also mentioning, the rules that you helped draft in 2013 are one of the rules that they wanted to consider. Obviously, they didn't consider in the end. But the reason why I asked that is, I guess, do you have any particular insight on how the Senate trial, will be conducted? I guess what's your comment? You've seen the rules, I assume, the 28 pages. Is the way it has come about something that also you're aware with in the process, given that you were preparing for former Governor Fitiel's trial at the time?
No, well, one is that I can speak on behalf of what had transpired on Governor Fitiel because I know the issues then, and I know the members concerned during that whole process. With this process, obviously, I was not part of that discussion or any input whatsoever. So I can't say what their concerns are. What I do know for me is that there is 6 part of this impeachment process that's been alleged by the House. So my assumption is that's going to be what they're going to address, right? I mean, obviously that'll be what concern the Senate will address. So now that the rules is out, we'll just move on that process of the Senate.
And Gov, just one last thing before we wrap here. Everyone's, as I'm sure you know and have been hearing, are waiting and seeing with what happens to the retiree bonuses. As of today, can you enlighten us on where that is right now? Is it still in the hands of the legislature? And are you trying to push particular folks, to get moving on it, to put the money in the pockets like you wanted?
Yeah, Thomas, thank you for that. When you're dealing with the retirees' life, and we all have families that are retires, right? They're really just living in a very minimal pension. And this whole time of really putting aside bonus for the retirees for Christmas was really a priority for my administration. I've always done that. And in prioritizing the retirees, and we did that for Christmas. Unfortunately, the House didn't act on it. The Senate did. They came back with an amendment. The House rejected it. I mean, this is months into it. We're already on March 9 or 10, and the House hasn't even acted on it. So I am very disappointed on that, because if we're all here to talk about let's protect retirees, this is it. And I can say, Chris, ita ni totota, right? Our priority is imanay nata. Tasaka imana ta respeta manom ko. Ta protehi manom ko. But yet, when it comes down to pension, you're not going to prioritize it. This guy's over here, the majority should sit down and say, you know what? We've already spent almost 3 months not addressing this. Let's have an emergency session and just address this issue and give the governor the opportunity or the authority to give the retirees the money. Because again, I want to emphasize, this is required by the settlement fund and the attorney general.
All right, Gov, thanks.
Covered. I just had one, Gov, before we let you go, because just as an outsider, right, from Guam, looking in at just this whole process with the impeachment and the most recent thing that happened over at the House, you sure, right? That's not why you're working out, in case there's anything busts out you want to be in.
Oh, my gosh.
Just in case, you got to be, are you working with Frank the Crank? Is he training you? Or?
If Frank comes down here and train with me, maybe we'll talk about that.
Right. No, but Gov, I wanted to ask, because I was watching the hearings with Tomas, and what I noticed was that there was this whole part of these hearings called the public comment period, and I don't believe anyone other than there's one guy from the public, but it was all just the Democrats from the House. So again, as someone who's watched this whole process, I was anticipating, given the drum up that happened with the House, that there would just be, a long line of people coming to testify, and we didn't see that. Instead, what we saw was the very people who were part of the political process that led us to where we're at. What was your comment on that?
You're right. In my house, when I was impeached in the House, we had over 250 people on opposing the impeachment. I mean, we had 2/10 out there with, like I said, at least 200 people. On the other side, there's probably 30 at the most, maybe 35. And yet I got impeached. And then now we went out to the Senate, the Democrats, three or four congresswomen and whoever that came, they speak on behalf of the people. And then one citizen. So again, if that's the case, then how do you say that there's 250 people to 300 people that supported the governor during the impeachment process versus 30 that want to be impeached?
Thank you, Gov.
All right, and just wanted to say, Chris and Thomas, you talk about mes tomorrow. Honestly, that's our culture. Zota kulturata. Za taza mas importante para guamas. I-request doon imanyanata ki lingua hita kulturata. Desti kulturata ni imbraurosa i-respeto, quinaiza, inafamaulik, pasensya, Jan tafandadanya kumuuno na Marianas.
Viva Mr. Moru!
Viva Mr. Moro!
And Gov, you not only it's not only Mes Chamorro, but you declare the next decade as indigenous peoples
That's right.
decade.
Yes.
So let it roll on.
Yeah, there you go. 10 years. Thank you, Gov, and jump back on anytime, okay?
All right, take care, guys. Have
That's
a good
that.
day and have a good weekend.
There you go.
Oh, by the way, if I may just give a shout out, there's a Tingan Pika Festival coming up this weekend.
How did I forget?
believe there's a Friday, that'll be the opening of Pika Festival, followed by a derby, fishing derby on Saturday. There'll be some good prizes and of course hot pepper. Everybody likes it pika hot, right?
Pika lo, pika ka.
Pika kaka. All right, so hope to see you guys soon.
Okay,
Take
that's
care.
the Gov. There you go. Governor Ralph Torres of the CNMI 859, brought to you by Calvo Enterprises, ITD and Jack in the Box. Good talk there, Tomas.
Yeah, great. Yeah, touched on pretty much everything
Right.
that has been going on, from personal health journeys to the politics at play, all of that on the table, and all of that looking ahead in our newscast. Lots of things going on, and we'll bring that to you.
Thank you, Tomas. Anything else? You good?
All good. Yeah.
All right. How's your fitness journey going?
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Looking kind of swollen, that shirt there, bro.
Oh, thanks.
Right on.
You too. You too.
Thank you.
Is
Hey.
that what you say when someone tells you?
Swole mates. That's it. Okay.
Yeah. Check
Thank
me
you.
next week. Maybe I'll quit.
That's that. Thank you, Tomas.
Thanks, Chris.
All right. It's 8:59. We're KUAM FM Agotni Guam. Sir, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and wrap up the show with Cover Me. Again, KUAM FM Agotni Guam. This is the link. Bananas